Aerys II Targaryen was nicknamed the Mad King, and for good reason. At the beginning of his reign on the Iron Throne, Aerys was destined for great things. However, as time passed, he slowly lost his mind, gaining many enemies in the process. Targaryen's kingship was ultimately cut short by someone he trusted, a member of his Kingsguard, Jaime Lannister. The Mad King may have been unable to fulfill all his ambitions as king. However, his legacy was continued by his two surviving children, particularly Daenerys, who aimed to take her rightful place on the Iron Throne. Born as the second of his name, Aerys Targaryen became the final member of House Targaryen to sit on the Iron Throne. As his reign progressed, his behaviour became more and more erratic, with many calling him the Mad King. The King of the Seven Kingdoms' madness seemed to peak when his son, Prince Rhaegar, kidnapped Lyanna Stark of Winterfell. Because of this, many houses in the realm began to rebel against Aerys' rule. Demanding justice, Brandon Stark, brother of Lyanna, protested against her kidnapping. However, the Mad King had him arrested for treason. In addition, the king offered a ransom for Brandon to his father, which was just a bluff to also capture Rickard Stark. Just as planned, when Rickard arrived at King's Landing, hoping to free his son, Targaryen had him arrested. Living up to his name, the Mad King brutally executed the two men. Disgusted by the act, Houses Stark, Baratheon, Arryn and Tully formed a rebellion, defeating armies loyal to the Mad King in many major battles. The Battle of the Trident concluded the conflict and led to Aerys' death. After Prince Rhaegar fell in battle, the Mad King was betrayed by who he believed was his friend, Lord Tywin Lannister, member of the King's Hand. Lord Tywin was supposed to lead an army in defending King's Landing during the battle. However, he instead savagely attacked the city. In response, Targaryen had his new Hand of the King hide containers of wildfire across King's Landing. He hoped to set the city on fire and in the midst of the blaze be transformed into a dragon, destroying all of his enemies. Unfortunately for the Mad King, his plan was foiled when he was stabbed in the back before having his throat cut by Jaime Lannister, a member of the Kingsguard. Jaime proved to be the final nail in the coffin for Aerys, ending the Mad King's cruel and sadistic rule over the Seven Kingdoms. Because of his act, Lannister was called the Kingslayer. Following the king's death, Robert Baratheon, the leader of the rebels, replaced Aerys on the Iron Throne. This ended the Targaryen dynasty, a rule over the Seven Kingdoms lasting 300 years. In the aftermath, Viserys and Daenerys, the Mad King's two youngest children, were moved to the Free Cities to live in safety. Aerys' legacy lived on with his daughter, who slowly rose in power as the years passed. Not before long, Daenerys became a queen and, like her father, gained control over large armies. She was even named the Mother of Dragons after she hatched 3 dragon eggs, something her father would have loved to have seen, I'm sure. Now it's time for this week's question. Do you wish the Game of Thrones TV show began during the Mad King's reign rather than shortly after his death? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and for more lore videos including Game of Thrones, keep it locked here to the Kingsguard. During the Clone Wars on the planet of Vancor, which was not far from Florum, the Onaka gang came across something spectacular: Count Dooku's crashed Solar Sailor.